Don't make us.
How's everybody doing?
We are
Everyone's good, man.
Good.
Dude.
Yes,
Yeah.
Here.
yes.
We are live, by the way, so
Awesome.
bear that in mind. We have 4
lovers.
viewers that resubscribed, so thank you for that. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, I can see Maciej in there. Nice.
No, you
yeah.
cannot.
I could see you on the live stream.
No, this is impossible.
Oh, okay. Anyways,
I fixed it. All right, it's all good.
well, yeah.
All
All right.
good. Yeah,
You
we're ready
ready?
to go. We have our regular almost, Curtis, Chad. Dude,
Yeah.
how's it going?
I'm feeling like $1,000,000, man.
Damn, million?
$1,000,000 bucks?
You don't feel like a billion? Damn, that's an
I know.
insult.
$1 billion is a new million, right? Jeez, I forgot.
Yeah, because that all that stuff that's going on with the inflation stuff. A million isn't really that much.
Exactly. What can you buy from? You can't even buy a house in San Diego for $1 million.
You
know?
can.
Yeah, good luck buying an apartment in Santa Monica for that.
So yeah, the new phrase is I feel like a trillion. Damn, I feel like a
Exactly.
trillion
Like
today.
$1,000,000,000.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. Awesome. Well, thanks for being here, Curtis. I'm totally gonna hijack this stream. I told Maciej the other day I'm coming on here because he told me that you were coming on. I'm like, oh man, I got questions. I got fusion questions for you, Curtis.
Yeah, I was like,
was hoping to coast through today, guys. I was just hoping to.
let's
How dare
start
you.
heavy. Are you ready?
Exactly.
Let's start really
You
heavy.
ready?
Where
Yeah.
are the shortcuts? Where are the
Yeah.
customizable shortcuts? God damn it!
Come on.
Where's the soundboard? Where's the soundboard, man? You gotta
Oh,
have it.
it's in reworks. I've switched systems, so the soundboard is kind of out of commission for now. I want to make sure it works pretty well. You know what I mean? So it's gonna get back. It's gonna be there. Don't you worry. I'll make
No,
sure
no.
everything's working fine. So
Yeah,
I
all
know
on time.
people are only watching those streams just for the soundboard and my face, my potato face. So
No, it's mostly because the keyboard shortcuts. That's what we got problems. That's why they're here. They're all, we want keyboard shortcuts.
Dude.
Alright.
Dude, trust me.
so so Ash just decided to be an asshole and like, hey, I just like you can go to the background. I'm gonna be here. So, all right.
No, I just have some questions. I have some things that I've been trying to do.
Yeah,
that I'm
no
curious
doubt.
about. This is something we talked about when we first hung out, and we talked about like building things. And so what I wanted to do is figure out a bridge between like making like a Photoshop render or a render in Octane or Cinema 4D. And then taking these assets and like rapid prototyping them or making things to scale so that I can go and take something to a manufacturer or somebody and say like, hey, I want to make this wheel. Can you machine this or can you mill this? So instead of it just being like a concept, I can use this program as like a gateway basically to that like that option. So similar to like how like you would make like a prop or something, then you'd have like I know Maciej knows about this, but like making a prop and then like having it built out and stuff for film. I mean, it's all the same kind of stuff basically. So, but that was kind of the goal. And so what I have now is a situation where I might have like a base mesh model or a piece of a model that I want to then like build on and apply. And I could definitely use like a polygonal style of designing and modeling, but I wanted to try and do it here so that like once I'm done with it, if I like it, I can just go and have it machined or milled or created or whatever. So that's the goal. Like, so that's kind of what I sent you over. And so I sent over Curtis a model that I got from Turbo Squid, little plug to Turbo Squid of an NSX because I own one. So there we go. And I wanted to like do some rapid prototyping, some style and some designs and stuff of like over fenders or just random things that I liked that I wanted to try, front splitters and all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty much it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So there are, I think, a couple workflows we can talk about. Today inside of Fusion, when you get to a mesh this size, and this is something we were just having a conversation around earlier, everybody, was, we have a fantastic team with Remake, and Remake is kind of a bridge between taking a lot of the things, Ash, you talked about, like from all these other products that are STL, OBJs, whatever, mesh format, and then bringing it into a parametric modeler like Fusion. That's what the fuck do I do with this, dude? Like, I want to, redesign a wide body kit on this car. Like, what can I do here? And what are some of the techniques? So today, from a size, like if this car was broken out into different bodies, right? So like the fender, like the lights, we could probably take, even though it's an individual mesh, we can take it into a remake, break it apart, and then concentrate on specific areas, right?
Okay.
So, and we'll get to some of this stuff too, but when I look at it from an avenue of like taking in a car like this, even though it looks freaking kick ass, it's just,
I could reduce the polys though. Maybe that's what I'll do is I'll go into like ZBrush or something and like, I don't know,
this is a reference,
decimate
right?
it or something. This is an actual like legitimate file that I got from TurboSquid. It's like a really well done made polygonal model. So
is it like
it's heavy though. It's dense.
What I mean dense. Reference is like is it dimensions and everything are fine, like to the teeth?
Just scale?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you would have like a properly designed vehicle to the blueprint, versus someone just working with references and just trying to sort of eyeball.
Yeah.
Because that might be a problematic thing, especially if you want to build something
manufacturing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're gonna build something that looks cool on the model, then you print it out, and
it's like 3 inches. I'm like, hey, what the hell? Yeah, no, that's true.
I have a question in regards to that actually, Curtis. Like, what would be a general approach? I can assume like car manufacturers would have like obviously files with CAD files and everything, but for a regular consumer, it's not available. So, do you think it would be? I'm just thinking like, as a consumer, as someone who want to do it for fun and play with it, would it be like, would you go with the scanning, or would you go with like maybe trying to find out if there are CAD files for specific parts that you want to replace?
Yep. So I think the first thing is, one, get in a CAD file, right? Because a lot of these manufacturers will have the CAD file. But two, a big thing that I'm starting to see a lot more and that we're starting to work a lot more with is some of these partners that do a lot of 3D scanning. Because this is a big focus for us going into this year specifically. So when you look at just high level, when you look at Fusion, there's a couple things I'll talk about today, from our workspaces, right? So model, patch, render, animation, simulation, cam, drawings, and then this other one that we just put in that's, available to certain people out there, sheet metal, right? And design, if that's of interest to anybody. But we do have a preview of that. The other thing, though, is we actually, if you drop down and turn off Do Not Capture Design History, say continue, this now opens up another one called Mesh. And I think I've talked about this before. So now we have the ability, we've taken now pieces of Mesh Mixer and put it into Fusion. So you can now take your models, reduce the mesh, change the mesh, repair the bad geometry, do all these things now with inside of Fusion, rather than using a Mesh Mixer or a Remake. Remake comes into play of just a different level, right? The goal is to eventually have a lot of these functionalities incorporated into Fusion, because long story short, Fusion is the future of Autodesk in regards to manufacturing, and it's considered just a platform where everything else will plug into Fusion at the end of the day. Just like as you see it as some of these other platforms that are out there, what Adobe is doing, what Microsoft is doing, this is our platform for manufacturing. So I think this is going to be great, Ash, just for you to even dive in and monkey around with. Hey, instead of going to Mesh Mixer, like, just bring parts of the files in here. Let's remesh it. Let's reduce it. Let's fix bad geometry. You can do some of that stuff here.
Awesome.
Just got to remember, though, this is the trick. You have to have that capture design history turned off, because mesh is not parametric. So we have to get into this direct modeling workspace to activate it. So just tip of the day. We got to have that little, remember that Microsoft Word little paperclip that will pop up and say tip of the day, or whatever the fuck it said. You got to have that pop up here.
But
Right?
Little Curtis head. Tip of the day.
Exactly. Hey, blink, blink, fuckers. Come on now.
Just
Pay
the tip.
attention.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Dirty
cool.
butthole.
But think about this.
Walk
So,
wipe.
Ash, I know you're big into cars too. I
Yeah.
work a lot with, I don't know if you know Icon 4x4.
No, that
Okay,
is.
so Icon 4x4, let me just show you guys what's up here. Icon is a customer based out of Chatsworth, and he makes all these handmade, basically old school Broncos,
Oh yeah, I
FJ
heard about it.
and Cruisers. And he used to use SolidWorks, and
Yeah.
now fully moving over to Fusion 360 because of just the whole production capability, right? Because he's got a new Haas. He wants to scan something, just as you said, and then manufacture that part, right? Because
Sick.
you don't make these door handles like how they used to be. You want to reinvent it. You want to add some innovation to it. So he's taking in the data through scan, and then re-engineering it. So
need this.
Yeah, so I think
Show me, Curtis. Show it to me.
dude. So he, from an avenue of, I think a relationship would be great too, just to have. But
yeah, I love to talk with him.
Yeah, totally,
These
man.
are cool. Like he's taking old school stuff, scanning it, remanufacturing it, huh?
Remanufacture, and we're just, and he's paying a lot of money. Yeah, I mean, dude, he's paying a lot of money, man, to have the scans done.
Okay, you could just do it with like a photograph, right? Like
you can, and it comes back.
He was doing it with sand while he was on vacation. Took a bunch of pictures of sand.
Yeah,
he was showing me.
Yeah, I've seen. I don't know if that's the same guy, but I've seen the handmade Broncos, and they are like so expensive. Holy shit!
Yeah, they run anywhere between minimum, I think, like 150 to 240. Yeah, but I mean,
yeah, but they're immaculate.
It's just beautiful, and
kind of like a Singer Porsche, I guess. Singer Porsches are really expensive too, like $250,000.
I think Joe Rogan had him on the podcast.
Damn right he did.
Yeah,
Joe's the best.
That's the same guy. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He does
insane stuff.
Insane stuff, but he does. He was on Jay Leno's Garage and blah blah blah.
Cool.
But he's now working on like a special project to where he, scan an entire car, scanning bumpers, re-engineer it inside of Fusion, and this is where we've paired him up with one of our product managers on the remake side of things, right? Is how do we work better with scan data? Because we just don't do it fantastic. Right. We do it on like, let's just scan this stupid knob, right? But dude, as you talked about, this car, like I want to take this car and break it up and work with it and do cool things with it. So it's not there yet, but
damn it, Curtis.
Customers like yourself, customers like Icon, this is the envelope of where we're trying to push to say, okay, well, how do we take the people like yourself that like do you guys master mesh data, master working with OBJ in the engineering world? We're like, what the fuck, OBJ?
Yeah, with an OBJ. Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. Like, why would I even use something like this?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Because science, guys.
So to make a long story short, hopefully the next time I come up here, I'll have a better answer of like, this is where we've progressed, right? Of what we're doing with scan data. Cool. And just high level, do you guys follow 3D Picasso on Instagram?
No.
Dude, let me show you this. Dude, let me show you this guy, dude. Because you guys, I don't know if have you guys ever used Flume at all?
No.
Show you this shit, dude.
Here comes that Curtis bomb.
Dude, here it comes, man.
I better be impressed, man. You're hyping this up.
Sergey Kolesnik. Right, here. He's doing weapons.
Oh, that guy? Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of
pew-pews.
Yeah.
So basically, Fume is like this. It's basically bringing Instagram to your desktop. That's and cool. Instead of you doing all the posts and whatever you want to do, you can do it all integrated right here. But I think it's 3D. But the nice thing is, because I know you guys are using, I don't even know how to spell it. 3D,
Picasso?
Yeah, is it? I think it's 3D Picasso.
Yeah, it's 3D Picasso.
Picasso.
There we go.
Yeah, cool. Pizza.
So there it is. Let's do a search right here. 3D. Actually, I don't know why it's not even doing it. Of course, when I want to show it, doesn't fucking work.
Yeah, what are you trying to sell here?
Nothing. Actually, nothing now.
3D Picasso.
There he is. So,
Sergey.
but the only reason why I'm giving it a push because, like how you guys talked about all this, like everything is done in Fusion. Like all his prop stuff, all his guns, everything is done in Fusion. So he's doing some.
Hobbit pipe.
Yeah. You know. But it's nice to know that.
Damn, pew pew.
Fucking killing it.
Literally.
He's killing it, dude. So anyhow, but aside from this, it's
is that Weta or something, or what's he doing?
What's up?
Is he at Weta? Looks like maybe he's at Weta, or no?
I don't know.
That's interesting though.
Where is?
We'll have to get him on the stream.
Yeah, you should, dude. I think it'd be a great connection for you guys.
Yeah, G-Zone.
G-Zone.
Get that G-Zone, the gspot.com.
Are you? I guess assuming Russia?
Yeah, it's Russia.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, let's get him on the stream, Maciej.
Sure.
So, anyhow.
Get it. Maybe, Momo, you can help us with that. We can get him on the stream and have him share some hotness with us all. Yeah. Because, I mean, really, that's what I really want to hopefully do is, like, bridge the gap. Like, whether it's taking photos of my car and then bringing that scan data in and then using that as a base surface to put mesh onto.
Yep.
That's really what I want. I want to be able to rapid prototype and be able to do whatever I want in here. And that's like the biggest gap because now I'm like, well, if it doesn't have it, then I got to just go back into the polygonal model and it's like wait until it's ready. So
yeah, and I think
Papa needs it, Curtis. Papa needs it.
I think you know what? Even I think will be awesome too is Natasha being on and showcasing, hey, taking photos of your car, putting it together, stitching it all together. Excuse me, and then creating a 3D model from it that you can actually use to then reverse engineer.
So down with that.
Yeah,
let's do that, dude.
We need a blessing, so there we go.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind like linking this up, that'd be epic. I mean, just to show the potential, and I think the one thing for everybody that's watching, it doesn't have to be a car or a gun or whatever. It could be literally anything. If you like, if you have a lamp on your desk that you don't like, you're like, I hate this lamp, and take a photo of it and redesign it, and then go get it printed or manufactured, and there you go. It's the same workflow. What we're doing is trying to open up all these potentials and possibilities. I kind of personally, I just want to make my own stuff for my car. For nobody's reason other than I just like that stuff. So, and the sooner I can get to that, the happier I'll be. So I'm just trying to figure out what's the best workflow. But okay, so it's not here yet, and I blame Curtis solely for the lack of its ability.
It's because of the shortcuts, like the shortcuts are missing. So
I know.
Curtis, you go to these meetings, you just go like, no.
In reality, Curtis is just there on the meeting and like, hey, like one of the developers saying, hey, like I had this brilliant idea to add shortcuts, and he's like, no.
Dude, oh man, I get not into it, but it's just like how did I forgot the other day because I spent so much time on the cam side that I'm just like, so we would rather split the triad from move and translate off than fix this bug. Okay. So nobody wants that fixed. Okay, and that was more important. It's just, and you can't blame anybody, right? It's end of the day.
Blame him.
I know it's so easy. I do. I'm lying to myself right now. I'm lying to myself.
Joking. No,
but
it
is
messing around. I'm sure you guys are plenty busy. Well, we're just totally joking around. Yeah. But the moment that we get those access to these things, I mean, one thing that was happening like over the past couple of weeks, one of our buddies, Vitaly, I think you're aware of his work now, right? I think showed
fantastic work. Yep,
he's amazing. But he uses Moi, and I was like,
blasphemy.
Can you show me? Yeah, can you show me your workflow with moments of inspiration? And he was showing me, and I was like, dude, I mean. I had to take it with a grain of salt because part of it's Vitaly, of course, and then the other part of it is.
You mean part of it is he's secretly working for Skynet?
Yeah,
that part.
He is Skynet.
He is Skynet. The part where you get a call from directors saying, "Why don't you work as fast as Vitaly?" and you get totally embarrassed. That kind of part. Yeah. Keep going.
Like, hey, hold on. I can't help it that I'm inferior to him. But yeah, so he was showing me, and yeah, the keyboard shortcuts, having all that kind of stuff really quickly. It was his workflow. the amount of time that he wasn't traveling with the mouse was really epic. So that was one thing I was like really, because I think with manufacturing it's fine. I think with manufacturing it totally makes sense to kind of like take your time and be very methodic. But I think when I was watching him and how rapid he was making things, I was like, oh well, damn, I have to work at this speed. And so I think there's definitely a way to do it here, but it's just a matter of trying to work out that magic. So yeah.
It's a big thing. It's not only with, from a design to manufacturing side, we have people that measure or monitor the amount of mouse clicks they do, because the more mouse clicks you do, the less productive you are in even programming a part to manufacture the part, right?
Yeah.
So I hear you loud and clear. It's just such a. I think the biggest hurdle is, how do we have these shortcuts travel with you to each workstation, right? It's not the matter of the fact of, let's do it.
Could it be like an attachment to your login data? So it's like something small that would just be like part of the cloud?
Exactly, and that's what we want to get to.
Should be pretty small though, like kilobytes usually, and you have like workspace setup, because it's just like text data.
20 megabytes.
Yep. So super, right? So we did that today. Because we just did an update about a week ago, and what we've added now is, from a manufacturing standpoint, is we added something called assets. And now what this is that when you create templates, when you create specific custom tools, whether you're working with certain vendors or you have your own machine, or even certain post-processors that communicate with either CNC machines or 3D printers, those will travel with you now, right? So just as you just talked about, Ash, well, shit, that should just travel with your login. These assets will travel with your login, right? So whether, when you do custom, I think this is the first step in getting those custom shortcuts, right? Because these are assets that will always go with you wherever you log in. And that goal now is to have that extra one that just might be just the shortcuts. When you go to a new PC, you just right click and say apply, like a template, right? And it drops it all across your keyboard.
As it should, yeah.
As it should, right? Rather than, so I think there's, I think at the end of the day, it's a mixture of things, right? Because, we're having our browser-based function come out, preview in February 8th in a couple days. So you don't even need to download Fusion. You just log in like your email account, and now you have access to do a lot of this stuff. So I when I get a hold of it, maybe the shortcuts might be attached to that, because that's physically you log in somewhere on a server and it's there. So more to come on that, and hopefully the next time I'll showcase some of that functionality too.
Yeah.
Awesome. Looking forward to that.
Yeah. So a lot of good stuff in the pipe, right? I think from a manufacturing standpoint. Yeah, exactly.
Damn, dude. Just led me to slide that one in.
I know. Right. The soundboard, man.
Damn, Daniel.
Damn, Daniel.
All right.
I know.
So how would you? You look like you're getting to show some cool stuff. I was just curious too. How would you go about like the process of like, say, roughly modeling like a fender or something that's a little bit more organic and quite like has a few interesting ways about going about it? How would you go about making something like that? Would you import photographs? Would you just build like abstractly? Even this is just for like just rapid prototype sake, not like for manufacturers. So it's just more or less like jamming away. So.
Yep, totally. So, so in this example, I wanted to show was, how do you create something like that, right, of a fender? So if we look at like how this kind of bows in and comes together, there are a couple different ways of doing things. So for example, one is, I can start working with surfaces. So I'll just start fresh here, right? And I can kind of get the curvature I'm looking for. So if I just created a new sketch, let's do this plane here, and I'm going to start with a spline. And this is going to be kind of the main piece you want to start with. I always love to work with splines when it gets to more of the organic shapes for T-splines. And have you messed around with T-splines a lot at all, Ash?
No, I haven't yet. No.
Okay, cool. So I'll talk about a couple things then. So from this perspective, I can take just this curve that's kind of like, if I'm looking at the car section like
from the side,
this, right? And I'm looking even probably face. If I go bottom and then let's rotate around. So even if you see how this kind of bows in like this,
yeah.
If I look at that perspective, right, on just the other side of the car, I can think about it as, let me create so under model, drop down to patch, and just do a quick extrude surface on both sides, and we'll just go some random numbers here. But I can take this curvature and then now take some geometry that I want for my shape, and this is how I kind of see it as, to where now let's go ahead and create a how do we want that curve to look, right, of that fender specifically. We'll just go something random right now, right, for demonstration purposes. And
you making Gumby over here? What's that?
Yeah.
How dare you, Curtis?
I know.
People are judging you right now. Quietly on the chat.
Yes, I know. Like, what is this stupid?
This is Gumby? I love Gumby. Is it possible to snap those to get a hard edge instead of having it be a bezel?
So with a spline, it's a little bit different. So what we can do is we can actually take the geometry and then add constraints. So we can say make this coincident with that, right, and that will snap out to it, and then we can come around now and change however we want these tangential points to look like, right? But to make a long story short, if I took the geometry and now just did a quick extrude of this piece and took it, instead of doing a new body, actually what we can do is, let's do this. If I took and said, let me press pull, and let me grab this guy and drag it right through, instead of doing a join or a new body, I can do something called an intersect. Okay. And what this does now, it will find similarity between both of these guys right here.
Okay, that's cool.
And if I say, okay, let's grab this guy and move it around, and now nice. I kind of get the shape that I want for like this fender, let's call it, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, to that geometry. Gumby. But the Gumby, right? But the key though is this parametric, right? So I can come in here, I can come in and turn on these splines to start giving me the curvature I want of how things need to look, right? So I think this is kind of the value added part of where you get some of that flexibility now of things to look, right?
But now it's like more or less, can you change it on a third dimension now? So you have it on that one plane, then now you have it on two planes. Basically, you have an adjustment. Can you do it on a third plane of adjustment now? So let's see, you have the Z, X, and now we do the Y, I guess.
Totally. So what we can do, and let me try this out, is if I actually came back over here to model, if I did something like this, I'm going to try this out. Under T-splines, actually...
Wouldn't it work like if you just take a sketch and move one of those points in upwards direction instead of just sides? I think that would change the geometry, right? Or
it would, but it's not a 3D sketch. So that's the problem. It's that I can't... Let's say if I want that physical face there, and I totally know where Ash is going with this. So if we took...
You could adjust it at any plane, anywhere. That'd be great.
Any plane, anywhere. I think today it's only going to be 2-dimension, but I want to just try this out really quick to see if this is going to help us. So if I did sculpt
sketch stuff somewhere,
and then it's kind of, it's.
You need me to go over there with the bat to your headquarters with you, with the Lost Boy goggle on.
Gosh, right.
Totally joking. You guys are doing that thing.
All those manufacturers support Letter Squared instead.
We want to make stuff.
We want to make stuff.
Stuff that doesn't matter. We want to make that. Meanwhile, somebody's trying to make a heart or something. We don't care. We want to make car parts.
Seriously.
For archaic machines that will be extinct soon enough. Damn it.
What I'm trying. I think I know what you're talking about.
It's
similar to how you would do it in like a like polygonal, basically, where you can move it from a spot.
Curtis, you can take the bottom sketch, for instance, the shape sketch, and then move some of those points upwards, right? So it's gonna become like. Can you?
Yeah, I don't know. I know because it's on that plane.
Let me actually try.
That's the problem. Yeah, it's
here.
on that plane. That's the only thing. There's one that's called. Let's see here. It's like it's under direct modeling, I believe. Dude, I know it, man. It's
the hard surface stuff totally makes sense to me now in this program because it's epic for hard surface. But now I'm trying to go like, okay, well, if I wanted to make something somewhat organic, it's like, whoa, well, then how do I figure that out? Because that's a whole different dimension. But I think if you can
try it.
Yeah. Let me try this.
The Papa.
Papa's gonna try it.
Oh man.
Let me try this out. So if I took this face from a solid model, and then we came across and we did.
What did you do there? Was press pull,
press
right?
Pull. Yeah. Where the fuck is it? Create out here. Create base feature. That's what I want. Then now in the create base feature, I think I could take this face and then do edit face, and let's do. I did edit face. So edit face converts selected faces to T-spline. So this is where, I know. This is where, so I think this is how it's going to have to work. It's if I just switch.
Thing doesn't work.
Oh, the press pull doesn't work? All right,
yeah. How did you do that again? I'm just.
You just grab the face.
P for press pull. The fuck?
So you select that bottom sketch, right, and you press P.
For press pull.
That press pull though.
Press pull though.
That press pull though.
Isn't it? Shit. All right. Let's see.
Did it lock up?
I think it's just trying to do its thing.
Stop thinking.
You need to show me.
Stop thinking, damn it. So I wanted to. I think I have to. So when you do a base feature,
I think you were showing me one time like you were doing like all those abstract shapes and stuff before. So like the soft bodies.
No, yeah, totally. I'll show that too. But I want to take I wonder why it's not allowing me to do it here. The edit face, where I could take a face and then finish base feature. Let's see if it does it. No, it's not going to have it here because it has to be in. Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
I want to freaking.
And this is me. I'm like, what's going on here?
No, totally. It's freaking stupid.
But it could just be my approach. What I'm trying to figure out is the best approach for this. Like, no,
definitely.
You mentioned some guy like made the Shinkansen, like the Japanese bullet train in Fusion, and I'm like, well, how the hell do you do that?
Oh, totally. So basically, in that avenue, you would want to use something called T-spline modeling. Yep, create form. So what this does is now it allows us to come in. And let's say if I start off with some basic geometry, these are all T-splines that bridge together. So so this is supposed to be a box, but it's more of like an oversized Twinkie, right?
Yeah.
And if you look at the design, the more T-splines I add, the more definition I'm going to get, right?
Like sub-D modeling, yeah.
Exactly. But the nice thing about it is that it's watertight solid, right? So anything you do, automatically it's just more of the flexibility you can get from it. So it really comes down to, who else I should have you guys talk to is our sub-D modeling guy. He actually came from Alias and now manages the entire T-spline section of Fusion.
Yeah, so bring that guy on.
Yeah, I think he'd be a good guy to have on too, so you guys can.
What's his name?
Colin Smith.
Colin.
He's based in Toronto, man.
Colin, you. So, you're even closer to Momo. So Momo is going to drive down to see Colin tomorrow at 12 o'clock. And
I'll drag him to the Twitch. I'll drag him to the stream.
You have to physically drag him to like an online place. That'd be epic. No, it'd be really great to have Colin on.
No,
Do
I
you want
think-
us to
I
keep
think
track of
having-
this, and we'll send you an email after so that all the
Yeah.
people.
I have a notepad here. I got right here. So I got.
Oh, you got it? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I got Natalia from our remake team. I think talking about that would be another great Twitch.
That'd be
And then
awesome.
Colin Smith would be another great one too from T-Splines and he does T-Splines and rendering. He manages both those products.
Killer. Yeah.
Curtis, you need to
Okay.
help me here. How do I press bull? Can
Bull
you show it?
stuff.
Get out of here, Jay.
You want to make you the presenter so I can see?
Yeah,
Make it the presenter.
let me.
Man, you can't even figure out a press pull. Man.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see
Yep.
it.
See it?
So yeah, I press bull, right? Where do you
Yeah, press P.
press? Oh,
Mm.
P
Oh,
is
you know
for
what?
project.
Oh, my bad. The Q. Is it Q?
Yeah, so I guess Q, and then I guess.
But you want to select the entire
Face.
face. Yep.
Oh,
There you go.
and then
Now.
oh,
There we go.
oh, okay.
Now you can
Man,
sex.
gotta wipe your butt now too? What's going on here? Kurt's just
Alright.
showing me some sweet hotness. I'm just joking. No, it's that's one thing I run into too. Sometimes I'm like, damn, how do you do that one thing, or how do you do that little bit?
Yeah. No,
Piece
no.
and stuff. Yeah.
Totally.
Oh, I gotta make you presenter again.
All right.
Here it comes. Here comes the pressure. Mohammed, have you played with Fusion much yet?
No, I'm still trying to figure out traditional poly modeling. But I use Modo, and it does have Mesh Fusion, which is sort of similar to Fusion, but I think not as efficient.
Yeah, I haven't used Modo yet. I don't
I think
know.
I know what we can do here. If you would use like if you create another sketch and then use a sweep, wouldn't that work?
That would work. I
think it would.
what work? Let me see this nonsense real quick. Do not capture design.
Oh, what in a Fusion butt?
Seriously, right? Edit face. Damn it. There we go. Damn it. So basically, so let me show you this shit now. This is where you can hybrid this shit.
Okay.
All right. So basically, if I took, once again, good old rectangular box here, and Q for press pull on my keyboard, a shortcut. Okay. Got the shortcuts there.
Yeah.
And then so basically, you want to turn off your design history, meaning that now when you just say do not capture design history, I'm going to come in here, and now I can send or modify. You have something called edit face, which now allows you to take this parametric design right here, take this face, and now add T-spline, I believe T-spline geometry to it. So I can do something like this, I believe. And now see how it changes, that parametric
cool.
design. And then I can come back over here, back to capture design, and, there we go.
I see. You're just like faking it, basically.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
the problem is it saves an iterative part of history, so you have to be really precise with what you wanted when you wanted it originally, right? Because then you can't go back and change it.
Well, yes and no. So basically, if I
It got me
edit,
spoiled on that parametric,
Yeah.
just adjusting it on the fly.
yeah, dude. So that's the problem, is that once you do it, so if I come back and I change because if I say finish space feature and I go back, do not capture history, it's now, because there should be a way to, what I wanted to do was do all this like if I had this face, and then now what you can do is you do something called create a base feature, and this now basically says, hey, at this point, now let me do non-history based stuff that's captured in this base feature. So you saw before when I said do not capture history, like all that history went away, then I came back in and it was still all gone. What base feature should allow you to do is let you come in and then apply no history at a certain standpoint, but I think something's up here. It's not letting me do it whatsoever, which is fucking stupid. So, but it's kind of like a set of time of, here I can still use parametric, then say pause, let me do some organic shit, then go back to parametric, but still have all my history of all the parametric stuff. Not saying, oh shit, you know what, I want to make a certain tweak. Now I got to throw away everything that I just did parametric and start all over. That's where it allows you. So I have that down. I'll show you guys some shit with that next round.
Okay, cool.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean that's it. I mean I don't know. So
no. What else is up, dude?
I think sweep would work.
Did you get sweep to work, Little?
Let me see, because I disabled design history, so it was kind of defeating the purpose. So I'm trying it again, but I'll let you in a second.
Sure.
What else you got going on, Curtis? What other sweet magic you got in your bag of fusion tricks? Dude, so what's new? What's going on?
Dude, fuck, man. We got a whole bunch of shit new, dude. So, have you guys, messed around with, some of our collaboration stuff when you start talking with some of the customers? So, if I took, for example, let me open up some shit here real quick for you guys.
Open it up.
Damn it. Right when I don't.
Open up all your NDA top secret stuff. I want to see that. Do it live in front of everybody.
Shit. Okay. Broadcasting.
You too, Maciej. Right click open to that baby, right?
So yeah, right click open this bitch.
Where's this server at? Is it
it's in Mexico, actually.
It's in Mexico?
No.
It's in Ottawa?
Yeah.
Mexico, Ottawa.
We know the thing is
fuck, dude. Get out of here.
You get out of here.
No, you get out of here.
No, you get out of here.
You get out of here.
All right, I'll get out of here. How do you change the material color? That's cool.
Awesome, dude. Like this, my friend. So basically what you can do is if I took under, the mottos, hit A on my keyboard for appearance, and I can now just come in and grab metal, aluminum, and then grab and let's make this,
make it diamonds.
There we go.
Sweep doesn't get through the history.
Doesn't get it? No.
Unless. Hit sketch.
Cool. There we go.
So maybe it's the next feature to
that's cool. So M and A for appearance. Okay.
Yep, M and A, and then now we could just hop on down and do under render. So we do now local render, and I mean, depending on what product you want to use, right? But I'll just do it in canvas render, and I think the lighting just fucking blows.
There's one light.
One light.
The light.
We'll just leave it for this right now. But as of now, so what I wanted to show you was I can actually take this guy from a collaborator, and this is just great if you're working with anybody, right? Where I can right click and I'm going to say start a live review session. And what this does is now I'm going to give you guys a link, and this is where we can actually collaborate, and you can do markups, you can take control, you can point at certain things, and I'm going to throw it in the actual the GoToMeeting. You guys don't have to have Fusion installed or anything like that. So this is the nice part of it, is that you can just have someone take a look at your design, get some feedback. So if I take copy, I'm just going to copy this link for you guys real quick, and you guys both open it up, drop it right in, paste, go and click on that guy, and type your name in. It'll bring up all this data, and then I can give you guys access to giving me some feedback on my designs and doing things like that.
Oh, I will. Just joking. So messed up.
Says oops.
Maciej, I'll let Maciej. He's gonna start art directing you. He's like, let him in.
Oops. Let me see.
So this is actually really cool. So you'll see your names when you guys click on that shit. It should pop up.
My browser doesn't have WebGL. What?
Daddy.
What are you using? Internet Explorer?
Get out of here.
He's using Netscape
Please.
Navigator.
Please.
Yeah, I don't see it yet. Where's it sent to? Just the Fusion, right?
No, in the I put it in the GoToMeeting.
Oh,
drop.
go.
Yeah,
Right there it is.
To
Okay.
enable it. What the Chrome, get out of here.
Daddy can see. Initializing your live preview session. Enter your name. Big Boss.
It's enabled. What the hell?
This is the most organized and legit live stream we've ever done. This is sick.
Big Boss right here. So you have joined. So I can actually give Big Boss Hog the control, and now you can move my model around, and you'll see on my screen is.
Whoa, dude, this is sick. This is so rad for working with teams, though, on prototyping.
Yeah.
This is
So you can
really
see
sick.
you see some of the options there. Like I think you can point, comment, you can add a comment, and do all that kind of stuff.
Shut up, Maciej. I can't stop laughing. So you can make comments and stuff? That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. You can identify things. And the cool thing about this is you don't have to have Fusion on your system if you don't, like, let's say you're using, like, I don't know, like your laptop on the go. That's really cool.
Or your iPad or something, you want to collaborate with some people.
That's really awesome. So I'm using the web browser to do it. So I'm putting a comment on here. Where's that feature at here on the bottom?
Hopefully it should be on the right or the bottom. Or we can even have a conversation, right? I can say, take a look at the, freaking mounting bracket.
Nice.
And then everything will be documented here, right? So you can go through and, go back and forth. And I can now, move it. Oh shit, son. So it's nice, dude. It's a great way to, and this is only going to get better, right? Functionality wise, of comments, markups, measuring certain things,
Right.
checking designs, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a really cool
tight.
feature. That's really cool.
No,
are people really gravitating toward this and using it?
Yeah, big teams. Big teams, right? So if I'll kill this too. I'll just kill the session. So what
Don't end Big Boss Hog session. So stupid.
So I can even take the share public link, and all that this link does is now you're giving people the right to just take that design, that version, and now you can take a copy of it. So if I just copied this link, sent it to somebody, and I threw this just in a web page, open up a new web tab, boom, no install, no Adobe, no OpenGL, no none of that kind of nonsense. It will open up, bring it, and then now I can look at, you can look at this on your iPad. You can come around and start measuring, your design. How long is this going to be? What's some of the markup? Okay, well, I don't like this design here. Change base. So, nice. And all this is captured, right? So I can save it as a snapshot now, and that will now get saved as a system that I can now save and take it off and use it for a design, review or something like that. So
I opt in to do a project together with you, Ash. Raw, Twitch it raw with comments.
Huh?
Like we do this together on the project. Exactly what we're looking at. Yes.
That'd be epic. That'd be so much fun.
But yeah,
I'd love that.
Censorship.
This balls out. We're just gonna make some friggin' sweet robotic penises everywhere. Super phallic with it. Ruin the face of Fusion. And Curtis is like, I don't know those guys.
Who? Ash who? I don't know.
Hey, what?
I was just like, what?
Come on. No, that's really an amazing feature. It's kind of like a really advanced version of like Marmoset or something, like for the big dogs, for Big Boss Hog. So lame. Okay.
So silly. So silly.
Yeah.
Hilarious, my friend. Another thing too, sheet metal is in preview. So people that do anything with sheet metal now, I mean, we're getting kind of creative here now on some of the things we can get into and whip up. So we're really trying to take it from a manufacturing perspective of what's up? What do we want to do? How do we make anything that's just a big thing when you start comparing CAD features out there of how do we, do some of this shit? How do we get from the manufacturing perspective here? So,
Nice. I think I got it figured out.
Oh.
Oh
Jason.
yes. Oh yes.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Momo, quiet down over there. Jeez.
Jesus.
Leave me.
Jesus. What is going on in Canada?
Dude, it's a
All right.
hippie freestyle.
I figured out that 3D
Sorry,
stuff.
Brad,
You
put
can
that
do it
wall,
in
man.
mobile.
Let me see what you got. Let's see what you got here.
Let's see it. Let me make sure that our people.
Nice. Yeah, you're doing it. That's what I'm talking about. That's what
So
I'm
here we are.
about.
Check this out. I select this bitch right
Better
here.
watch out, Curtis. It's coming after you.
Here we go. Here we go.
It's coming after your job, Curtis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You did it on the other plane. Totally.
Yeah. That way you have
nice,
a three-way
Yeah.
modeling ability, which is
three-way.
Three-way cuckoo cachoo.
So you did it intersect twice then, or once?
No, I did a sweep from the model, like basically extrude this as a sweep on that rail right here, and then did the platform right here, the sketch, and then extruded it or press pulled with intersect, and then it works. And then here it's pretty easy, right? I mean, we can just go into where is sketch, right? Patch, and unstitch, right? Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just delete those unnecessary surfaces.
Nice. Cool. Nice.
And I wonder if it's still gonna work. If it's just this. Yeah, there you go. Boom.
It's live too.
Papa figured it out.
Can you shell that too?
Huh?
Can you shell it or extrude it or anything like that?
Yeah, of course.
I got that. Boom, boom,
So
boom.
obviously, there's restrictions how far it can go based on the constraints.
All right.
Like there's a warning. It says you're stupid.
Aw. Hate those warnings.
Yeah. Well, if you have like more, there it doesn't allow me. No. Anyways, I would just work with the. I guess I would just work with the body object and then only care about the surface. I'm pretty sure there's a way to figure it out later on. But
that's like the world's most worst
works.
Mouse.
It works though.
Imagine that being a mouse that you're using. It's like all lopsided. It's like a high heel. Your hands all up.
All right. Let me get you back. Let me get you back.
Back to the future.
Back to the future. Make a presenter. There you go. Boom.
All right. So what else is up, guys?
What else you got? I'm like,
What else you got?
What else you got, Curtis? I'm just curious about like maybe
Any questions coming in the field?
I actually had a question because I wanted to do something else, but this asshole here.
Go, Maciej, go.
There's no question in the chat.
The powerful person. Yeah, we have no questions because it's just everyone is so impressed. It's like, oh my god, I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Question. There's actually one question. Just asking if there's a way to do low poly versions of your models straight out of Fusion.
So the exporting, I would assume.
Like
I'm guessing something like that.
Yeah, all we can technically do today, it's basically export off as a OBJ or STL. So when you have, a model here, for example, let's open this guy back up. We can then, export off as one of those. So take one of these components, and let's take this guy. And just do let's do
I'm gonna have a question too. Which
we can do STL. So all it is, it's you can do mesh preview and refinement options. Not too much, but that's all we can really get to today for exporting.
Right.
Mm.
I have actually a question in terms of.
I use Moi for translating the geo usually to save to STL, and I go to moments of inspiration. Then that has a really good exporter. So if you're looking for that right now while Fusion's getting that stuff set up, that's a good alternative. But eventually, I'm sure you guys are working at it, and then we'll have like a sick topology kind of sweet hotness so we could bring into our sub D modeling and do pointless things like make stupid guns.
One thing
and
you
stuff.
could do is instead of exporting STLs or exporting like step files, which by the way, like if you work in 3ds Max, I would just suggest export it as a step file because Max is gonna read it. I'm gonna import it as body object, and you can convert it over there. But I found the most success, and I'm gonna try it out a couple of times and confirm what I'm saying. But I found the most success if you export it from the cloud as OBJ. That's usually getting you much more clean results from the meshes, from OBJ meshes, than if you would do it through Fusion 360. I don't know why. There's a slight difference there. Maybe it's a bug or something, but like when you export directly from Fusion 360, what's going to happen is some of the surfaces may not align, like the vertices are not going to be aligning. And I found that when you're exporting from your cloud, it's usually working really, really well. So
all the translation done there. Yep, I agree.
Yeah. So that's probably the one of the ways of doing it. Another one would be, I guess, Remake, right? Remake would be good for it too.
Remake too. Yep, because if you look at it here from our export functionality, so if we did, so these are some of the things in general. Well, that's the FVX, OBJ. If we go from an advanced level side, you can change, it's a try, but not much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your workflow like, Maciej, when you're making stuff to go back into like a polygonal, like to render in V-Ray or Octane?
I would just import it as, like in most cases, I just export step file or IGS and put it in Max. And convert
Max can read that stuff, right?
Yeah, easily. And convert it to editable poly. But again, like it's not going to be the cleanest way. But unless, if you're not changing anything to the model as you're importing it, then it should be fine. Unless you want to go into like really, zooming in like really closely, almost like macro shots that might reveal some problems, then I would not transfer or would not change it to editable poly. I would just leave it as a body object, which is kind of heavier, but it's still sort of solid. And just work it that way. Well, you can also export on like a high density mesh and then put it in ZBrush and then clean up over there too. That works too. I actually have a question to you, Curtis, because that's what I wanted to talk about. It's kind of like running out of time a little bit, so but at least maybe going to be a conversation starter for the next time.
Yep, sure.
Is let's say you want to start building, I don't know, whether it's a car, a vehicle, or let's say you want to start building TIE Fighter, what would be your work? Because I would imagine my own workflow of building that stuff as an artist, but I'm pretty sure you as a or any manufacturer would build it differently, right?
Yep. So when I look at from a design perspective, I first think of components, right? If it has 100 or 5 or 20 components, I'm always going to start in this section of top-down assembly modeling, to where, hey, okay, this guy here is, I'm going to first start off by creating a new component. Okay, and this component will now be the body, right, section of it. And then now this is the active component. So now as I start designing, for example, if I just freaking make something stupid, right, that's going to be a body of something. Let's do Q for press pull. Let's pull this up. Let's do sketch. Let's just start creating O for offset. Let's bring this stuff in, and then Q, and then let's start just creating some stupid shit here, right? This is part of my body.
Be so foundation. Bad on yourself. This is good.
I know. So now you look at it, right? Body. That's what that body is. I'm going to come up back to my top level. Let me go and just save this guy off. Okay, let's go to my sandbox up in this sucker. Right.
Robot.
There.
Robot. Damn. Secretly working with Vitaly, creating Skynet? Is that what's up?
Skynet. Vitaly changed his first name to Skynet. Skynet Bulgarov.
Skynet Bulgarov.
Awesome.
So now, since I have this body, I can come back up, activate this top level, for example. So what I want this to be up here. Now, the situation here, give this shit a little second, is once let me get this, come on. Activate. Mm-hmm. Now that's the top level. Now I can say create a new component. This can be my empty component. And then this now becomes a shadow, but now I can actually start taking the geometry and, now creating my components this way off of things, right? So just to kind of show you my workflow of, as I start taking an assembly, I'm now going off and just working down this whole phase of body, shaft. It's all a part of the test.
So aggressive.
Where's the lube button on that thing?
It's all a part of the the setup, right? Adding relationships. So this is component 1 to component 2.
Oh,
right.
Whoa. You see it shaking?
It couldn't even go all the way. It just started to delete. Like, get out of here!
Like,
exit only.
So there's a relationship now.
I hope your colleagues see this, Curtis. Dirty bird. I like how you just subconsciously, naturally made this whole thing.
It's just,
Freak nasty.
But at least you guys can see, though, right?
Yes.
Technique, right? Top level assembly, body, shaft. If I want to edit this shaft, so this is kind of the cool part. Is if you look at it here, see my entire tree. If I activate the shaft here, it's only going to show me the history just for that component right there. So it's a great way to organize and backtrack and say, okay, well now I want to go make changes just to this guy. Now I can edit the sketch.
Oh, nice.
If I want, I have this history here. Let's go with 3 or some shit right here, depending on how big it's going to be. 1, right? Stop the sketch, right? So it just depends on let's edit the feature now. How we want. What's that sketch? There it is, right there.
That's cool.
Right. So now we'll come back up to that level, activate, boom.
So generally, you would work as with components, right?
Mm-hmm. Components are, if you have more than one part, always going to start with a new component every time.
So each part will
be
a component. Cool.
Mm-hmm. Then you can work with pretty big projects and files.
Yeah. Yep.
Because then it's almost like it will only lag if you have them all active, basically, to view. Then you can turn them off. Is that what you're getting at?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Agree.
Okay. That's cool. All right.
Well, what
else is new? What else is new?
Is there any questions?
There's actually a couple questions.
Yeah, let's do this.
Quiet down, people.
Let's jump to questions. Shut up, Ash. Shut up.
Gotcha, bitch.
One of them is just about: is it possible to free draw, to line draw free to the camera view, or are your lines always restricted to to planes, XYZ planes?
Yep, restricted to XYZ planes.
Okay. And the second question is: are are there any updates concerning the snapping and tracking as you would find it in Rhino or Moi for like surface and body intersections, near perpendicular curve normals, etc.?
Yep. Where we have, and I think when we have Colin Smith on here, he'll definitely shed some more light on direction of development of what we're doing for a lot of the sub-D modeling, surface modeling, mesh stuff as well, because he manages all that stuff and can give you the lay of the land of where the product is going for that side.
Awesome.
Yep.
It's definitely
Killer.
good. Colin
That's
here.
it.
Cool.
Yeah, that'd be awesome too. Like just to know a little bit more on that stuff too.
Yeah, totally. I'm gonna shoot out an email to him and we'll get him on the next round.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Anyone who's watching this, by the way, Fusion 360 for students, free for 3 years, right? Is that correct?
You got it.
43 years.
43 years, guys. You sign up, you get old, you still have it free.
Making shafts. I am extruding it, no lube, just throwing it in there, shaking it around. Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Wow.
I wish I had that soundboard. But yeah, it's free for 3 years. There's learning. Obviously, it's not free for commercial work. I would not assume that's the case. But it's free for if you're a startup for a year, right?
Oh yeah, and it's you look at it. Even if you have to pay $25 a month,
yeah,
man, you can't complain there.
I just
bought it.
I just bought it.
So, yeah.
I just bought
Like
it.
a boss, just like a boss.
Like a bouse.
Yeah, I mean, Ash can say this because he saw it when I was doing it. The Fusion 360 was a big part of my workflow for Ghost in the Shell. We're about
crazy.
a month, maybe month and a half away from
Yeah,
when the
yeah.
art book is out. When the art book is out, I'll start posting that shit.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Drop those nuggets, those ghost nuggets.
Yeah, I gotta post those ghost nuggets and
You got a hashtag ghost
Ghost
nuggets on those. Maciej ghost nuggets. Yeah. No, I mean it was really epic seeing like because I was aware of this stuff obviously from seeing Vitaly, and then I think it was like 2 years ago. I think Maciej, you started really getting into the CAD based software for hard surface modeling.
yeah.
And then you showed me, and I was, oh, this is awesome. And then seeing,
Like, I don't know. I don't want to learn.
I don't know, sandwiches. I kind of
Take photos of trash.
he's not even here to defend himself, so we can't do it. We cannot. But no, I mean, it was pretty cool. It's awesome. It's cool. It's cool seeing art. So yeah, I actually made. I don't know, Curtis. I don't know if you saw the Epoch film that I made with Chris. My friend Chris. But we made the ship, the panels of the ship. I modeled all that using this program, Fusion.
Dude,
so
that's awesome, man. Yeah. I'd love to. I know that the picture you sent me, man, with it looked like a poster image or something. That one was pretty cool. Did you have like a panel? You have an image of it all?
Maciej, you want to make me presenter? I could show him some stuff.
No.
Maciej, you make me a presenter.
Right.
Let's see. Where is the hotness? Show my screen. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Ooh. Wow.
The guac in the shell.
Wow.
Those ghost nuggets. Okay, let's see. Let's let this baby load up. Yeah, so, I just touched there's this button that nobody knows about. It's hidden on the lower left side. You got to open up your monitor. You have to open up the monitor, and it's a badass button. So, yeah, the joke didn't work. She's like, where's this badass joke? Where's this badass button? So no, anyways, so yeah, it's just basically I made a bunch of sketches for each panel. Each one of these is isolated in their own piece, and I'd make that and then move them along, and basically had like a rapid prototype off of one sketch that I would be able to go and do different extrusions and stuff to it.
Nice.
And then bring that in, and it worked really quite well. Let's see. Let me go to the website. The website. Okay, so it's here. So we go to Epoch, and then we could look at the ship. I think there's a couple screenshots in here because I wanted to show that I was using. So here is like some of the early sketches I did in Photoshop, and then That's some of the stuff compiled into cinema. But yeah, here's some of the cuts and stuff. But yeah, there's some of that too.
Dude, that's awesome,
just
man.
Quickly making some extrusions, but like being able to take all that and then putting it all together and then texturing it.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a pain in the ass, but it was cool. It was a good learning experience. But you can see it. That's what I was going to try and show you. Is like you can see that is this right here.
No, that's awesome, dude.
Panel, and then we to cut down on like the heaviness of it, we instanced each panel because it's all reflected. It's a reflection of one another. So once you make one side, you just instance it and then you rotate it and stuff. I think we did it on 2 sections so that
Did you render instances or just regular instances?
Through Cinema, you can do we rendered instances. So like when it would use the RAM, it was only using one section.
Yeah.
So
nice.
it would load faster and stuff. So because we had 16,115 frames or something to do for the film, so a lot of it was a big part of it was using the ship and stuff too. But it got quite messy too, and trying to figure out how to read topology and all that stuff, and the UV mesh and all that stuff. It was quite crazy. So it was an interesting workflow trying to figure it out and making it work. But still going at it. But I still haven't found anything yet that beats the hard surface, like being able to rapidly make hard surface stuff. This is the jam. This is the best. It's the good stuff. Let's see if this one works too. The goal was to make like a shit ton of panels and go crazy. But then I ran out of RAM, so I was like, oh, I can't do that. So I started making stuff like this.
Because you're using your fucking Mac. That's why.
No. Using my PCs,
Your
okay?
PC?
Your
PC?
Curtis, are you still here?
I am here. I'm just enjoying the show.
Why are you here? No, deal with this. But yeah, here's all the sketches and stuff. And this is like really primitive stuff, like simple things. But I feel like simple tricks done well, they always work well. So, hey. Actually, I want to see, Maciej, what you got going on. What kind of cool things are you doing with this software right now? Show us.
I can't.
Just show us.
No.
Yeah, I use a Mac.
No.
People are hating on me because I use a Mac.
Yeah.
I use both. Well, nah, I do. I use both. Everybody uses both because one's good and one's bad, and they're both great and bad at the same time.
Yep.
I'll show what I did in it when the time comes, which means Ghost in the
Never.
Shell.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
majority of work
cool.
that I do in Fusion is work related, so I cannot show shit.
Nah. Boo.
It's all right. All right, guys, let's wrap it up.
What?
All right, guys.
Yeah.
No, let's go. Let's do a marathon run, 17 hours, Joe Rogan style. Yeah.
Good stuff. Getting my second PC repaired, so I'm gonna get back to my 8 GPUs very soon.
I have 6. Vitaly now has 7, and now you have 8. Oh no!
I always had 8. Just my computer crapped itself, so I couldn't use them all. I'm using 4 right now, which is kind of bummer.
You're pathetic, dude.
Yeah,
Your
pathetic.
8 GPUs.
4 1080s fucking sucks. But this 8 1080s, yeah.
It never gets old. Never gets old. Awesome. Well, next time maybe we'll focus on like I'm gonna try and do some stuff. And I think when Ghost in the Shell stuff comes out too, I'll be able to share some stuff, and then I'll probably start doing some live things too for that. That'll be fun. So yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Dude.
Cool.
Curtis. Thank you,
Thank
lover.
you, guys. I'm excited about even bringing some guest appearances next time. People that specialize just in those areas. So looking forward to it, guys. Thank you again for having me.
Thanks for dealing with our shenanigans. Appreciate it.
Love it, dude. It's awesome.
Have a great day, buddy. Let's get some coffee or something soon.
Yep. You said it. Let's do this.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Oh, absolutely.
Peace out.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being here. Thanks for everyone who decided to watch us live and go through all the bullshit we've been talking about and all the goodness that Curtis was showing us. So good mix of good and bad.
Hey! What are you trying to say?
I'll see you guys next week.
All right, guys.